Hello and welcome back to jimmurphymp.com, a way of keeping in touch with local and national news, and I'll try and make this quicker because it's pouring down in rain here. And I'm not in East Hampshire, I'm in Rosyth, just outside the shipyard where they're building the Queen Elizabeth class aircraft carriers. And I've been in there meeting some of the staff and the management just to find out about how the progress is going with building the biggest ships the Royal Navy has ever constructed in its entire history, both being constructed here in Rosyth, built in different parts of the UK, including in Glasgow on the Clyde, and being brought here in huge segments and being built behind us. But I'm not doing a video in there for entirely understandable reasons. A lot of what happens in there is quite confidential, and while you can take some photographs, you quite understandably can't do videos in that way. But what I take from it is that meeting the folk in there, there's a degree of professionalism, but an enormous amount of pride, a sense that they are doing something really pretty special. It's not a run-of-the-mill, standard job. There's a sense of they're building something, they're building a piece of history. And I know in Scotland, as in most parts of the rest of the UK actually, there's a real sense of pride in our shipbuilding history, a sense of an engineering history because we led the world in all sorts of different ways. But you also get a sense here that these folk know that they're making building a new chapter, they're writing a new chapter in Britain's industrial heritage. These ships, 3 times bigger than a football pitch, as I said before, will sail the seas and will carry sovereign British capability with aeroplanes on them, be able to provide support, to provide humanitarian aid, and unfortunately on occasions perhaps have to be involved in supporting armed conflict and supporting other forces. And they know that they're building a piece of engineering brilliance, but they also know they're playing, and I'm really proud of this, playing their part in helping to make Scotland and the United Kingdom stronger, and a real sense of something special happening here. Now, I'm getting soaked standing here, so just one other quick thing. Many of the people I've met in recent times and visits here and elsewhere, and the trade unions in particular, I have no doubt whatsoever this is only happening because Scotland is part of the United Kingdom. The Royal Navy is important to Scotland and Scotland is important to the Royal Navy, but if Scotland was to leave the United Kingdom, we'd also be leaving the Royal Navy, and we'd also be leaving the Royal Navy shipbuilding, because in living memory the Royal Navy has not built a complex warship in a foreign country, and it's not about to start now. And if Scotland chose to be independent, Scotland would be a foreign country to the rest of the United Kingdom and to the Royal Navy. And the Royal Navy would look to build those warships, those complex warships, such as the Global Compact ship in other countries in the future. So that's what's at stake come the referendum. It's jobs and families' welfare and well-being in places like Rosyth, the Clyde and elsewhere. It's not a small decision. It's about whether we have an industrial future created by the Royal Navy, built by Scots across the generations that we're rightly proud of. So let's have that conversation. As well as having all the other conversations during the referendum, let's have a conversation about what will Scotland and Britain's defence industries look like. That's all for now. I'm getting soaked. Just get in touch in the usual way on Facebook and Twitter, by email, or as I always say, getting down to the post office, buying a stamp, sticking it in an envelope and writing to me at the House of Commons. Cheers just now. Cheerio.